Okay, so we can actually solve a system of linear equations by graphing it. So when I mean solve again, that means I can actually find that point that satisfies both equations, just like what we did in that first video. So steps to do that is I'm going to first graph each equation. Then I'm going to identify the point where the two lines intersect. And so what I mean by that is if I have two lines like this, that point of intersection is right there at that cross point. And then step 3, just to be sure I did everything right, I can check my answer by plugging my point into both equations. So let's go ahead and work a couple of these. So we're going back to 3.4 to 3.6 unit graphing lines. I want to graph this very first equation. So if you recall, I want to begin at the b. So I'm going to begin at my b value, which here is 5. And then I'm going to move from my b with my slope, which here is -2. And I can put a 1 under there just so I remember how I'm moving. So recall, slope is rise over run, so that -2 means I'm going to go down 2 and then to the right 1. And I'm going to make points all the way across, and you will see why in a second. Okay, and then for my second equation, my b value here is -1, and my m is 4. And I'm going to get ahead and put a 1 underneath it as well. So I'm going to begin at the b, so I go to -1. And that 4 over 1 means I'm going to go up 4 into the right 1. And I see that's already a shared point, that we already found it. And so that is why I make points all the way across, so we can actually see where that point is. Because sometimes when you're drawing this by hand, you may not be able to make a straight line. And so my last step is I need to identify that point of intersection, and that is this point here. And so I see that's at 1, 3. And so my answer is my ordered pair, 1, 3. Okay, let's try the next one. So here, my m is equal to 1, and I know that because anytime there's not a number in front of x, there's really an imaginary 1. So that means m is equal to 1, b is equal to -2. So I'm going to go to my b value, -2, on my y-axis, and then my slope 1 really means I'm going up 1 to the right 1, up 1 to the right 1. And then I can also go the opposite way by going down 1 to the left 1. So I can draw my graph all the way across. Okay, and now here, again, when there's not a number in front of x, there's really a 1, so that means this slope is -1, and my b value here is 4. So I'm going to begin at 4 on my y-axis, and now I'm going down 1 to the right 1. And I see I found my point of intersection. And so my solution here is 3, 1. And again, I could check my answer by actually plugging in this point into both equations, just like what we did in that first video. So here, if I plug in 1 for x, I get, 3 for x, I get 3 minus 2, which equals 1, which is what I want. If I plug in 3 for x in the second equation, I get -3 plus 4, which is also equal to 1. So I know I'm right. Okay, go ahead and pause the video. I want you to try and do number 3. So the answer you should have gotten for number 3 was the point -4, 1. Okay, that's it for this video. You can go ahead and move on to the next one.